Hello everybody, I am super excited to bring you my ATCs for Finnabair's creative team, ATC YouTube Hop. Be sure to check out the description box for the next stop and the full list of all of the participants. You do not want to miss it. The ATCs are absolutely gorgeous. You will not be disappointed, and make sure to visit all of the channels and be sure to comment and like and subscribe and of course watch everybody's videos. As always, I have all of the supplies listed in the description box as well as all of my social media links. I would love to connect with you over on Instagram, or you could follow me on Pinterest, or you can also follow me on my Facebook page. I would love to get to know you guys a little bit better. If you like these types of videos where I am making ATCs, or if you just like mixed media projects in general, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it also lets YouTube know that you like this content, and they will be more likely to recommend this video to fellow crafters such as yourself. I really enjoy creating ATCs, and these ones are probably my favorite that I've made. I like to swap ATCs. I don't do it often, but I do sometimes. When I swap ATCs, I tend to do them a little bit flatter, so these ones were really fun to create more of like a mixed media look and more dimensional. All right, so I am using some ATC cards from Finnabair, and I am going to add a little bit of gesso, as you saw before when I was rambling away. So what I did was I kind of put a little blob of it onto the ATC card, and then I used my brayer to flatten it out and spread it out. I wanted a little bit of texture on my ATC cards, and using a brayer really helps just add a little bit of extra texture and helps blend out the gesso onto the paper. All right, so then I added some more texture with some paper paste and a stencil from Finnabair. As always, like I said before, the supply list will be listed down below, so be sure to check it out. All right, so you are seeing me now kind of fiddle around with placement. I kind of had an idea of everything that I wanted on the ATCs, and normally I would cut all of this out, but I am finding a lot of new crafters and new people to mix media on my channel, and I think they enjoy seeing kind of the process of how I maybe come up with the composition and how I build up all of my layers. So that's why I am leaving this in instead of taking it out, and then you just see a bunch of stuff glued onto the ATC card and you're like, oh, how did she come up with that? Why did she put that there? Or oh, she makes it look so easy. It's not easy. It took me a little while to figure out where I wanted and what I wanted on my cards. So last month, or well, I think it would be like 2 months ago now, when you are going to be seeing this video, I did some ATC cards for the art recipe for Finnabair, and I actually used bugs, which that is kind of the theme for these ATC cards. So instead I used butterflies. I don't know if they're technically a bug, but I think they're prettier than bugs, and I absolutely love butterflies. So I didn't want to do the same thing again and add bugs to my ATCs, so that's why I'm going to be using butterflies today. So I am taking some heavy body gel and using it to adhere all of my embellishments to the cards. All right, so if you are still with me, I hope you stay with me for the whole video. You're going to see me using some colors that I normally don't use, and I will give you some tips and tricks on how I like to color and how I kind of get that blended effect that everybody seems to love on my projects. So please stay with me, and also I'm going to tell you a little secret. It helps YouTube know, yes, that you are enjoying my content. Retention and you guys staying here on the whole video really helps YouTube know that you guys are enjoying the video, and then they will most likely recommend it to other people watching these types of videos, and it really helps me out a ton. I know a lot of people kind of fall off within the first few minutes, so I'm hoping that you are still here, and please stay with me. All right, so I didn't bore you with adhering all of the embellishments on all 3 of the cards. I just wanted to show you how I did it on the first card. I am now using some gesso to prime all of my embellishments. I like to do this for 2 reasons. The main reason is to prime everything because I have so many different surfaces. And the second reason is because I just like how it looks when I add the color on the white. Technically, I don't really have to prime all of these surfaces because I am going to be using acrylic paint, but I like the look. It kind of softens everything and it helps everything flow really nicely together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the gesso to all 3 of the ATC cards, but you're only going to see one, so I don't bore you. All right, so now I am going to add more texture. With mixed media, it's all about adding texture and layers. I know if you are new to mixed media, it does seem like a lot, and it seems like it may be impossible, or it may be too hard, or you're intimidated. But if you break down each layer and step by step, I promise you, you can do it. Even if you start with 1 layer at a time, like you start with just adding texture paste for a few projects, and then you start building that up, and then after a few more projects you start building that up. So it takes time, and you can definitely do it. So do not be intimidated, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. That's why I'm here, and that's why I create videos to inspire you, and I don't think it would be right if I didn't answer your questions. If I miss one, be sure to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram or something else, because sometimes on YouTube questions can get lost a little bit. All right, as I was rambling away again, I added some art stones, or art pebbles, art stones, and they are the mini ones, I believe. First, I added a little bit of soft matte gel where I wanted the art stones, and then I just dumped on the mini art stones, and that is going to create even more texture, as I said before. And you definitely need to have some sort of gel adhesive or something along those lines to get the art stones to stick to. And then technically, I guess you're supposed to wait for them to dry, but you guys know I'm very impatient. So here I am adding color, and this color is Worn Weather. It is a color bloom spray. I do not shake it up, so I don't get a lot of that shimmer. I just want that brown tone in this color bloom spray. And you could see there it is kind of a different color on each one. That's because, you know, as I'm picking it up and putting it down, it's kind of shaking up and mixing up all of that mica in the spray, which is fine. But the brown tone really kind of gives a lot of depth to these ATCs. And I was inspired by one of Finnabair's projects she did on a live stream. She had created these panels, and they were just absolutely gorgeous. And the one that she created first was my inspiration for these cards, the colors that she used. And the colors that she used were Carmine and Magenta in the liquid acrylics. I thought the Carmine, no, I don't even, the Carmine was red, a little bit more red, but as you could see, when I spray the water on it, it ends up being orange. And I absolutely love it because it reminds me of maybe like Indian Pink and Firebird Art Alchemy wax, which you guys know, those are a couple of my favorite Art Alchemy wax colors. So when I saw that, I definitely needed to try them out on the colors on these ATCs. I do apologize if I am rambling more than usual over my words. I have been doing voiceovers all day, and editing videos, and I am just very tired, but I do have to get this done. So if I am not making sense on anything, just let me know in the comments if you have any questions. All right, so here I am going to be telling you about my coloring. So a lot of people ask how I get the color, where I get it, or your coloring is so good, how do you do it? Honestly, you have to be patient. And as you could see, I'm using a very small paintbrush, and I am taking my time, adding a little bit here and there, and then I will add a little bit of water. And this really helps it spread out and get that nice faded blended look that everybody seems to love on my projects. They comment on it all the time and message me, how do you do that? How do you get your projects to or the color on your projects to blend out like that? It's just this. You really have to take your time and be patient. If you aren't patient and you want to get this type of look, then you have to learn patience, because you can't get this by blobbing on a bunch of color and hoping for the best. You really need to take your time and use a small paintbrush, and like I am doing here, I am using my finger to kind of blend it out a little bit. And it's really honestly just, again, taking your time. I said that before, but also you have to practice. You can practice just in like an art journal or something, but it's really just kind of knowing how you want your color to look on a project, because everybody is different. Everybody's creative eye is different. So what I like on my projects might not be what you like on your projects. So you really have to be open to playing around and trying something different if it doesn't seem to be what you want. And yeah, so I hope that helped a little bit. I really hope you guys are enjoying the hop. If this is your first stop, I cannot wait for you guys to see all of the other ATCs that everybody is making. It's called the Freeform ATC. I went with traditional ATC size. I know some people might be doing some really creative ideas, and it's just exciting. And I love being on Finnabair's team. Everybody is so talented, and I get to play with some of the most amazing products in the industry. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on her team. You guys know that I've been using her products for a very long time. Even when I was not on the Prima design team, I was still using her products, and I will continue to do so if I ever am not on Finnabair's team. So yeah, you guys know that you can trust me when I say that I absolutely love her products. All right, so I am just going to continue to add the color, and I wanted them to be really bright, but also have that kind of antique or vintage look with a brown tone underneath. And you could see how they are just coming together and how bright and fun they are. These colors, again, are not my normal colors, but I absolutely love them. So you probably will have or will see these colors in upcoming projects. If you haven't seen these colors yet in any of my projects, I am dying to use them again. They are amazing colors to use together, and I don't know why I waited so long to use them together. All right, so I am just going to finish up coloring, and this is sped up quite a bit, but I hope you guys kind of get the gist of how I color everything. Again, it's just, you really have to take your time, and you definitely have to be patient. Have some wet wipes or paper towels near you, water. As you could see, if I get any color where I don't want it, I dab it up, and you just kind of have to work slow. And then as time goes by and you get more comfortable with adding color to projects, it'll, you could speed up a little bit. It'll go faster, but you definitely have to take your time, especially if you are new to these types of projects. All right, so I am adding a little bit of gesso just to kind of blend things out and make things flow really nicely. I'm not adding too much. I did add a few little splatters at the end, but that is basically going to be it for my ATCs. I do add some words, which I think are fitting for this time. I love just how they turned out, and the words I chose were faith, kindness, and hope. And yeah, that is going to complete my ATCs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment and hit that like button. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.